Okay, good afternoon to all. Thank you, Senator Perkins, for convening this hearing. My name is Mariama Sando. I am the Vice President of the New York Charter Parent Association. I'm also a single parent of 3 children that attend West Global Academy. I just want to say, as being Vice President, I've been privileged to meet parents such as Latrina Miley, working with organizations such as CEJ, with BCID, just to collaborate on all children's efforts. Just coming from I've come from a public school background as well, and now have my children in a charter school. The reasons why charter schools are in existence, as Ms. stated, is that our public schools are failing us. What parent would knowingly put their child in a failing school? No parent would. You would not. That would be considered neglect on anyone's part. The fact is, we asked for these hearings so there can be a greater accountability and transparency. I can personally speak for the parents that have contacted us. I've taken endless phone calls from parents, especially those that have special needs and ELL students, that their children are being pushed out. My school personally tried to counsel out one of my children because they're not the typical prototype that they seek. No parent should have to forego extra expense just to keep their child afloat in the public school system. They need to have support services. If there's going to be public money, there needs to be public accountability. There's a lot of factors from the powers that be that are pitting parents against parents. If charter schools are the best innovations, they should be widespread, but it seems to be segregated in high poverty, low educated areas of the city. So this is something that we need to address. This is something that concerns all parents. I'm very for public school options. Prior to my kids coming to the charter school, my children were actually in a failing public school. I got a letter of notice saying that my school is a need to improvement. So I did what I need to do as a parent. I removed my children out. At least I attempted to. Two out of the 3 were told to stay in that failing public school. I put them in a parochial school. I was having exuberant costs just for monthly educational expenses. The fact that I'm able to have a public option and choice to putting my children where they need to be, in which they have an enriched academics, is something that all parents need to have, not just a selected few. As we stated, there should not be a small segment of this population that is reaping the benefits, and the million-plus children are being forgotten about. This is something that I have not seen talked about in 10 years, and I'm very proactive in every aspect of my children and any child's public education. There needs to be a greater transparency for all. Our children are the future leaders of this country. If we fail them now, what type of place will there be in the next 10 to 15 years?
Hello, my name is Latrina Miley, and I'm also a board member and a parent leader of New York Charter Parent Association. I am a parent at Girls Prep Charter, which is a part of Public Prep Charter Management Organization. My daughter is in kindergarten. This is her first year at Girls Prep. I would like to thank Senator Perkins and the Senate Standing Committee for corporations, authorities, and commissions for convening this hearing and giving me a chance to speak. In the beginning of my daughter's school year, I was one of the lead parents in fighting for more space for my daughter's school. The CEO of my school recruited me to speak on behalf of the school to counter the community pushback about Girls Prep expanding, since the majority of the students from Girls Prep do not live in District 1. My daughter is one of the few that actually live in District 1. My child began having severe learning and behavior issues during the school year. She had trouble in the classroom. I didn't know what to do. I went to the school and asked for help, on how to deal with my daughter. I wanted to know how to get an evaluation to see if my daughter required special needs, especially education. Girls Prep refused to assist me. I had to go to Bellevue on my own to get help for my daughter. The Bellevue therapist placed my daughter on medication for ADHD. Instead of the school working with me to help my daughter, they started pushing her out and suggesting to me that I should take her out. They suspended my daughter 4 times. She's a kindergartner, mind you. She's only 5 years old. This was told to me in quote, "This situation is not working out." I felt let down by my school. The school emphasizes sisterhood, but their mistreatment of my daughter and the inability to work with a special needs child is not sisterhood. Sisterhood is not giving up on a child. Sisterhood is not pushing the weaker students out. I speak on the behalf of all parents of special needs children. Charter schools like district schools must serve all children. They must take all children and retain all children, not push them out and not counsel them out if they're difficult to deal with. Let's just say they're no longer calling me to represent the school, in an effort to get more space. And yesterday they suspended my daughter again. Charter success are judged on test scores. Like East New York Prep, Sheila's Joseph, Miriam Rocker and Girls Prep is now pushing my daughter because they believe she will bring their precious test scores down. No one held East New York Prep accountable when they pushed out 48 students prior to the state test. And no one is holding Girls Prep accountable for pushing my daughter out to ensure that they maintain their test scores. Where's the accountability? We need charter school reform now. Charters like Girls Prep must no longer be allowed to push out special needs or EL students. It is wrong and it must stop. Thank you, Senator Perkins, for this opportunity to share my story. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, and my child's here in attendance today with me.
Where's your child?
She's in your office.
She's very cute.
She didn't want to leave.
Yeah, right. Somebody go get her? We should be. We should be. Sit down. Let me just be clear. You mentioned the being kicked out. You said 4 times?
4 times she has been suspended. 3 outhouse and 1 in-house.
She was on the computer in the office.
Okay. Any other? Wow, that's incredible. Well, there's no question about that, as far as I'm concerned. So thank you so much for your testimony, your participation, and your faith in yourselves and the opportunities that you can get through a public education, whether it be charter or whether it be through the public school, a traditional public school system. I know it's not easy to stand in criticism. There she is. Everybody, please give her a round of applause.
She's shy.
She's shy. She's shy, obviously. So, Senator Johnson?
Thank you. I will be brief. I want to thank you as well. Maybe it would have been great to have you guys go first. Obviously, tone and tenor, it's a very passionate issue. Senator Perkins and I joke about it, but passions run high, and sometimes perceptions come across difficult. But you provide the real face to public charter schools, the parents, and obviously the kids that you represent. I'm a parent, a public school parent as well. My only question actually is for you, Ms. Davis, just to get an understanding. How many parents belong to the New York Charter Parents Association? How many parents do you have? Just curious.
We have about 220 parent members, and we have 21 NIPER parent leaders. Are there any other questions that you and the Charter Center may have, Senator Johnson?
Let me suggest this. With all due respect, usually we ask the questions. And so, because we have to get the information from you in order to make the changes that obviously you would like to see us do. Senator?
Well, thank you for that. And she asked me if I had any more questions. The only question I had was how many parents are involved. She said 220. That's it. Thank you very much.
Very good. Thank you very much. Any other questions? Thank you all very much.